Hello and welcome back to the lesson. Today we are going to discuss the purpose and the areas of legal and compliance audit. Legal and compliance audit. The topic is compliance with laws and regulations under the subject corporate governance and ethics. The lesson is on legal and compliance audit. In this lesson, we're going to define the meaning of legal and compliance audit. We will highlight the purpose of legal and compliance audit and the areas of legal and compliance audit. But let's first define legal and compliance audit. Now, first of all, audit means examining. To audit is to examine. And in business, this examination can be carried on the financial statements or on governance. All right, it could be on financial statements. It could be an audit of financial statements, or it could be an audit of a company's internal controls, the company's adherence. Could be an audit to check if the company adheres to legal or governance principles and all that. That's the meaning of audit. So when we say legal and compliance audit, we are referring to a systematic and independent review of an organization's adherence to applicable laws, regulations, industry standards, and internal policies. So it is an examination on, it is the process of examining and to check if the company adheres to laws, rules, regulations, industry standards, internal policies, and so on. It involves a thorough examination of the company's operations, processes, documentation, and also controls in order to ensure that they are in compliance with all the relevant legal and regulatory requirements. So a legal and a compliance audit, I repeat, is a systematic and independent review of an organization's adherence to applicable laws, one, to regulatory requirements, two, to industry standards, three, and to internal controls. So what is the purpose of such an independent review? Purpose. Now that you've understood the meaning of legal and compliance audit, what do you think is the purpose for conducting such an independent review or an independent examination of a company's adherence to applicable laws, regulations, industry standards, and internal policies? One is to assess compliance, to assess legal compliance, assess legal compliance. We know that organizations operate in highly regulated environments. Companies are required to adhere or obey many laws. So when carrying out legal and compliance audit, the purpose is to assess if the company has complied with these legal and regulatory frameworks. Is to verify that the organization operates within the boundaries of applicable laws. Is to verify the company operates within the boundaries of applicable laws. In assessing legal compliance, the auditor verifies if the company operates within the boundaries of applicable laws. Another reason is to ensure adherence to industry-specific requirements. To ensure adherence to industry-specific requirements. Every industry may have its own specific requirements. So when carrying out a legal and compliance audit, the purpose is to ensure adherence to these industry-specific requirements. 3, to mitigate legal legal risks and potential penalties. One purpose of carrying out a legal and compliance audit is so that to mitigate against legal risks and potential penalties. Because if companies do not comply to these requirements, then there is that risk that the company may be penalized, the licenses may be revoked. So to mitigate against such risk, then it's important that a legal and compliance audit is carried out. 2, the second set is to evaluate policy adherence. To evaluate policy adherence. That means determining whether internal policies and procedures are consistently followed across the organization. Determine whether internal policies and procedures are followed. To determine, in evaluating a policy adherence, the auditor seeks to determine whether internal policies are followed consistently across the organization. 2, identify gaps and inconsistencies. The purpose for evaluating policy adherence to identify gaps and to identify inconsistencies in policies. 3, the purpose here again is to strengthen internal controls, and processes. To strengthen internal controls and to strengthen internal processes. Number 3, the third purpose is to identify and mitigate risks. Identify and mitigate risks by uncovering potential risks of non-compliance. Uncover potential risks of non-compliance. Legal and compliance audits are conducted in order to uncover potential risks of non-compliance, such as legal liabilities, financial penalties, reputational damage, and so on. 2, implement corrective actions. To implement corrective actions that can address the identified risks. All right. Then 3 is to proactively manage risks. Proactively manage risk. The reason why legal and compliance audits are conducted is so that the company can proactively manage and reduce compliance related risks. 4 is to make recommendations or to recommend improvements. We know that organizations are operating in environments that are not constant. Many things are changing, and therefore it's important to always carry out legal and compliance audit in order to recommend any improvements by providing actionable recommendations to strengthen the compliance program, or even suggest updates or enhancements to policies and procedures. Suggest updates and enhancements. This is only possible after carrying out a legal and compliance audit. After carrying out a legal and compliance audit, gaps may be identified. We talked about identifying gaps and inconsistencies. After these gaps have been identified, then the auditor can recommend or suggest updates or enhancements. Updates or enhancements to policies and procedures. It also helps the company to improve. All right, what we call continuous improvement. Help the organization continuously improve. Continuously improve. Legal and compliance audit helps organizations to continuously improve its compliance posture. You understand? So recommending improvements can help the organization to continuously improve and also to enhance, to improve, and so on. Continuously, it helps to continuously improve its compliance posture. A compliance audit can also provide actionable recommendations. Provide actionable recommendations. Can help provide actionable recommendations. Then number 5 is to enhance governance. Legal and compliance audit may enhance governance by strengthening the organization's overall governance and risk management framework. It can help to strengthen. Legal and compliance audit can help to strengthen the organization's overall governance and risk management framework. Strengthen risk management framework. That is one way to enhance governance. Legal and compliance audit can also demonstrate a commitment to ethical conduct. A legal and compliance audit helps demonstrate commitment to ethical conduct and compliance. It also fosters a culture of compliance. A company that regularly carries out legal and compliance audit fosters a culture of compliance. Fosters a culture of compliance. Then number 6, a legal and compliance audit can increase stakeholder confidence. Can increase stakeholder confidence by providing assurance to investors. It may provide assurance to investors because candidates will say that a legal and compliance audit is an independent review of a company's adherence to legal and regulatory frameworks. And this audit is carried out by an independent governance auditor who is required to give an opinion on the level of compliance of a company. So when an independent person examines this adherence to these regulatory framework, then it gives or provides the stakeholders with confidence. It provides assurance to the stakeholders, to the investors, to customers and partners that the company operates with integrity. 3, builds trust. A legal and compliance audit can build trust and credibility. Can build trust and credibility with the stakeholders. You understand? It may also enhance the company's reputation. A legal and compliance audit can enhance the company's reputation in the market. Then moving on to number 7, the 7th purpose is in relation to costs. A legal and compliance audit can achieve cost savings. It can achieve cost savings. A legal and compliance audit can achieve cost savings. One way is by helping avoid fines. It can help avoid fines and penalties. Can help avoid fines and penalties because the purpose for carrying out a legal and compliance audit is to evaluate if the company is complying with the legal requirements. So if the company is not complying, then the auditor can advise that the company is not complying, then the company complies. And that helps to avoid penalties. It helps the company avoid paying of fines and other costs associated with non-compliance and other costs associated with non-compliance. Another way achieving cost savings is by reducing operational inefficiencies. It can help reduce operational inefficiencies. It can help reduce operational inefficiencies that are caused by non-compliance. Then another way through which the company can achieve cost savings is by optimizing resource allocation. It can help optimize resource allocation. Legal and compliance audits can help optimize resource allocation and improve the overall performance. So we've outlined 7 purposes of carrying out legal and compliance audit. Now, the first purpose is that a legal and compliance audit can help assess legal compliance. Number 2, it can help evaluate policy adherence, and we explained how that is made possible. 3, can help identify and mitigate risks. 4, through legal and compliance audit, recommendations on improvements can be made through suggesting of updates and enhancements. It can help improvement, continuous improvement, and also provide actionable recommendations. A legal and compliance audit can also enhance governance by strengthening risk management frameworks, by demonstrating a commitment to ethical conduct and fostering a culture of compliance. 6, we say that a legal and compliance audit can increase stakeholder confidence by providing assurance to investors, by building trust and credibility, and enhancing the company's reputation. Then number 6, you say that legal and compliance audit can help achieve cost savings by helping the company avoid fines, penalties, and any other costs that are associated with non-compliance. Then we say that it can help reduce operational inefficiencies. It can help reduce operational inefficiencies that are caused by non-compliance. Then lastly, we've said that it can optimize resource allocation and improve overall performance. So candidates, that is the legal and compliance audit purpose, the purposes of a legal and compliance audit. And we can say that a legal and compliance audit plays a key role in ensuring an organization's adherence to legal and regulatory requirements. It can help promote ethical behavior, it can mitigate risk, it can foster a culture of compliance, it can help to build trust, it can help in providing actionable recommendations, it can help to verify the company to help verify that the company operates within the boundaries of applicable laws. The audit can help ensure adherence to industry specific requirements. It may also help to mitigate risks and potential penalties. Legal and compliance audit can help in determining whether internal policies are followed. It can identify gaps and inconsistencies in the internal control system. It may help also strengthen the internal controls and processes and so on. So it is an essential tool for achieving long-term sustainability and success in today's complex business environment. Companies operate in complex, dynamic business environments, and therefore it's important to continuously carry out an independent examination of a company's adherence to the legal and regulatory frameworks. Here's your today's assignment. Legal and compliance audit. 1. What is the purpose of a legal and compliance audit and what are its key benefits? 2. What are the key components of a comprehensive legal and compliance audit in Kenya? 3. How often should organizations conduct legal and compliance audits and what factors influence the frequency? 4. Who can conduct a legal and compliance audit in Kenya and what are the options for organizations? 5. How can the findings of a legal and compliance audit be effectively communicated and used to improve governance and ethics? Bye.